building connection, also building capability, and also making big changes, okay, in a supported way, obviously. Today is really about starting to think about, as a network, how we plan moving forward. And basically I'm using it as a brains trust. I want to know what you want out of the network. And I also want to know what you're doing that really contributes to these goals that we're putting forward for the network. So we still have our early career research group, and we still have our digital health week group, but key members of those teams actually form our executive team now. And they're the ones that actually do the bulk of the work in terms of planning for events and actually making them happen. So I want to take this opportunity to introduce you to them all. Some of them are in the room, which is lovely.
I think it's really important as an advice for every researcher, but specifically for EMCRs, I think, to think about what problems does the health system have and how can you help solve them. Everybody has cool ideas about research and want to do something, but if it doesn't solve a problem, then it's most likely not getting funded. So thinking about this with the lens on, and how can you marry your interest with what the health system needs.
I think that's been really successful because it forces our main service partners in the LHDs that we work with together with our academic leads. It's made us meet once a month and actually prioritise our research based on what the services want. And so then that makes that prioritisation drive the research group.
I submitted my PhD 3 years ago now, and obviously it's a really scary time figuring out, well, what do I do now? So I think DHIN's been really helpful in helping me sort of start to figure out, well, what are my next steps? And again, thinking about what you said at the beginning, Liss, you are a connector. And I think my DHIN journey started with Liss connecting me with Anna, and having the opportunity to co-chair Digital Health Week at the beginning of this year, which, you know, was a big learning curve for me, and lots of wonderful mentorship from Anna, but has also led me to then joining other, you know, events as part of DHIN, where I got to meet other people. One of those people being Professor Alistair McLeod, who has now, from computer engineering, who then sort of helped connect me to other people in his team, and we're working towards developing avatars for people with brain injury to focus on, you know, rehabilitating their communication skills, which led to a grant application just last week.
Those kind of really active tools that make us work together with our partners in real world situations to actually focus on their partnerships and help the grants get off the ground, help write them. And I think, you know, for young EMCRs, actually I was talking to Freya, who heads up partnerships at the university last week, and saying that, you know, I think there's pathways for our EMCRs to actually run into roles that are actually supporting and facilitating getting grants and things up without necessarily having to go down the whole professorial kind of route themselves.
But I'd love for you to have chats about the 3 goals. So building connection, building capability, and making change happen in whatever shape or form that might be. And talk about ideas, but also talk about what you want to get out of the network. The things that I got from your talk was the importance of co-design. So really thinking about working across university and industry and community. So it's not just researchers doing the research, but it's actually driven by the community and the needs of the community and the healthcare system.